Alrighty, guys. I am working to get this up to Facebook and Instagram. So it went live a little bit early on here. So if you're on YouTube, you will get this early. And I need to. Alrighty. We are live on Instagram, and Facebook won't connect. I'm very frustrated. We're getting there. We're getting there. So it should be connected, but it's not. So we're going to be live on Instagram. Hi, Angelise. How are you? It is awesome to see you. All right. I think I am just going to go ahead and see if anybody's in here. They are not. So we're going to get on TikTok while I'm doing this because, we have to do this separately because TikTok won't let me go live. Fat loss and GLP-1 success. All right, there we go. So for everyone out there, I'm Dr. Mo. This is how we have to do things. A little janky setup. So I believe we're on YouTube, Instagram. Can't get Facebook to come up, but at least we're on the gram and we're on TikTok directly. So what I do here is I answer all the questions, non-medical questions, of course. Oh wait, I think we have a person. Hold on, Neil's here. Neil, so, hi Neil.
Hey.
Oh, and Courtney is here too. All right. So I've got everything. I don't have it on Facebook. It won't connect to Facebook, and I don't know why. So it won't go live on Facebook. So we're on Instagram, we're on TikTok, we're on YouTube, which is pretty good. Angelise is here. Angelise showed up really early. But that's it. Hi, Linda. Linda's on TikTok. Linda's on the TikTok. Courtney, where are you?
One of the kids' rooms.
I'm like, Courtney has the most awesome background. If you want to see her, go to watchdrmo.com because I'm like, Courtney has living the best life.
Well,
Courtney, when did you have a baby?
I know he's way too old for this, but he's also way too lazy to let us take everything out and repaint his room. So he'll just cover it with posters, and I won't show the posters because those are not always appropriate.
15-year-old boy posters. Let's not show those on any social media. All right. So, okay, awesome. Courtney is, let me see if we can get you up on TikTok so you can see Courtney. You should be able to see Courtney's face. And I can't remember how this mute thing has to work, Courtney. Sorry.
Okay. I think I have to. There we go. Got it.
But what we do here is we talk all things GLP-1 and fat loss. Let me get my chat up so we can see it.
There we go.
So if you are on Instagram, welcome from Instagram. If you're on TikTok, hey, you can see there you go. Now we get to see Courtney's. It's 15, right?
Yeah, but we painted it when he was 3, and he just doesn't want us to move everything out and repaint.
Nope, I get it. It makes for a great little background. We're going to go with it.
Yep.
So what we do is we run Active Medical Solutions, which is a lifestyle medicine practice that deals a lot with fat loss. It's really the gateway drug, let's be honest, because you can't live a good life if you're carrying around an extra 50, 100, 150 pounds of fat. Let's be honest. So, we got somebody on YouTube. I'm going to go with, we have to figure out what Gabriel needs today because we reached some people out on YouTube. We're going to see, Gabriel, what can we help with? Because we'll see how that goes. I actually hopped on live real quick on TikTok yesterday for like a half an hour. Got some fantastic engagement, lots of good questions.
Good.
The one thing I actually wanted to start with today that I know you guys can weigh in on, excuse the pun intended, is that what should people, nice, thanks. Gabriel is subbed. You are amazing. What people should expect when they start a GLP-1. Because we keep getting, we always get, hey, I started 4 weeks ago, I feel nothing. Or I started 8 weeks ago, I feel nothing. Or for some people, I started 6 months ago, I feel nothing. Why? What am I doing wrong? Well, sometimes it's not you doing something wrong. Sometimes it's just the way the drug works. So, that's my question to you guys. Courtney and Neil work with me. Courtney, you can see on TikTok. Neil, you can see on the other platforms. which is pretty cool, by the way, that we get on all the platforms. Except for Neil. Go follow Neil. Because I need to see his damn face on TikTok.
Yeah. So I think Dr. Mo's exactly right. Everybody's a little bit different. Some people feel like this instantaneous. Dr. Mo was a great an immediate responder, and within less than an hour felt like this immediate relief of food noise and appetite suppression. Myself and Amanda, who's our other nurse practitioner, did not. It took me 3 months to feel really anything. And to be very honest, it wasn't that instantaneous. Even once I got to what I would call my, best dose for me on tirzepatide, I did not feel like that relief that food noise was gone. It was way more subtle. It was, oh, I can walk by those cookies and not grab one. Oh, there's donuts in the break room and I didn't just have one. But it was also a huge brain learning curve that it did not take me near as much food to feel satiated. I did not know what satiated was. I knew ravenous hunger and overfull. I didn't know what just enough felt like. And it was a good long talk with Dr. Mo that, hey, I'm not losing. I feel like I've cut down my food. And the truth was, yeah, well, one of those meals has to cut even in half. And you know what? I cut that dinner meal in half and I was fine. I wasn't hungry. I was satiated. It was plenty of food. And I finally started to lose. But it was a mathematical truth. Like I often say, it wasn't magic for me. It is for a lot of people, but it was not magic for me. It was more of a brain learning curve that, hey, I don't need this much food. I'm not losing when I eat this much food. I'm barely maintaining. I got to cut something down.
Yeah, I mean, those are very different experiences. I mean, Neil, you were on semaglutide. Hi, Julie. You were on semaglutide for how long?
4 or 5 months or something like that.
Yeah. And we have now. Here's a question: would you consider taking it again on a low dose, not to lose weight, but for the cardiovascular and other metabolic benefits?
As I get older, absolutely.
Well, you're getting older.
I know. That's what I'm saying. Like,
up to me.
if it was covered, I'd probably just go straight on it.
Yeah, if it's covered, right? Because then let's go. Let's talk about the elephant in the room. Oh, speaking of which, and we have to talk about this tomorrow with our patients, because for what we do, we run a medical practice, and our patients get a private live. So we kind of, we bullshit a lot here, and then patients get a private live happy hour on Wednesdays. I got a text from Eli Lilly yesterday. I'm sure some of you got that text as well, that they've extended. If you downloaded the card before the price went up to $550, they've extended that to June 30th. So that, I get it. It's a $50 bone, but it's better than nothing.
Yeah.
So I was kind of excited to get that yesterday. So, all right, guys, we got 66 people on TikTok and no questions. Come on. What do you want to know? Fat loss, all the things. What do I eat? How do I poop? Really, that's really
Pretty much it.
That's pretty much it. What do I eat? How do I poop? So,
let me add on what you were saying in the beginning, because you're saying, like, some people like respond immediately, like I did. You know what I mean? Like the lowest dose within an hour is like, I don't want to eat anything. And some people, it takes a while. And like, so at the end of the day, the goal is to maximize appetite suppression while you're minimizing side effects. So if you're not having side effects and you're not having any appetite control, it's time to think about going up to find a dose that is appropriate for you to do that for you. So for some people, it's, like 1 milligram of semaglutide. Some people it's 7.5 of tirzepatide before they really feel anything. So I know a lot of people, like, we've had people come in, they try it for a month and said, didn't do anything and quit, never giving it a chance to really build up in their body and see what it can do. And they really missed out. I hope they come back at some point and try them, because, some people really need them.
Yeah. I mean, it's the long game, and I think that, and I've actually figured out some methods to actually try to get people sent out an email that pretty much says, hey, listen, if you're ending your first month, or, it's going to work shortly. But I want to get a message out to people that says, listen, if you're at week 2, 3, 4, and you're not feeling anything, it doesn't mean the drug doesn't work, right? It's like if we started you for high blood pressure on 5 milligrams of amlodipine and your blood pressure is still 220 over 95, and don't tell me there aren't people out there walking around with it, that your doctor would go up, right? You go up and you maximize that dose. The weight loss doses of Wegovy in the studies, which is semaglutide, right, were 1.7 and 2.4, not 0.25, guys.
Yeah.
Way higher. So Andrea said she's down 3 pounds and 2 inches in her waist the first week, which welcome to no inflammation.
Yeah. Amazing.
I love it. I love it. Thank you, Jill, for the flowers. Did you do weight management only without the monthly fee? No, the weight management is actually why you pay the monthly fee. So the prescription is the easy thing for us to do. The hard thing is the education, the weight management, the nutritional management, the talking to you about meal plans, figuring out what you need, figuring out, those kind of things. That's actually the difficult part. And if you tell me, well, it's not difficult, I can get it from TikTok, that's fine. If you can do it yourself, hell yeah. I just couldn't, right? I needed a huge support network, and medicine and all the things. So no, the weight management is actually, so if you go to a personal trainer and say, hey, I just want the exercise portion, but I don't want to pay you, that's not the deal. So, but that's actually the hard part. That's the labor intensive part. But if you do want to come with us, so you got a couple of caveats to that. If you're not in the AMS states, Dr. Mo coaching is nationwide, worldwide. Listen, fat loss knows no boundaries, right? So that's a different thing. We're redoing the way the community is. I do have a surprise for our AMS people on the community as soon as I get it built out, which my goal is in the next week or two. So that I'm kind of excited about that. But if you want help without the prescription, right? So say your doctor prescribes it, you live in Iowa, your doctor prescribes it, but your doctor just kind of says, here's the meds and sends you on your way. If you do need extra help, we're starting a very affordable community. So it's kind of like the AMS community, but it has some different concepts that go farther. I won't scare the hell out of you guys about that. The concepts, the price isn't scary. The concepts are a little pushy because that's how I am. How to prevent injection site rash that lasts 2 weeks.
It's hard because like some people get it, some don't. When I have the spots here and there, like I might not have one for 3 weeks and then I get it for 2 weeks in a row. I've had patients that they go away and then they inject 1 week and then all the spots light up again that they had injected. And so it's super weird. Usually antihistamines work that people have tried. We have heard Flonase, the nasal spray, actually helps a little bit with this. The other thing is, when you drop your compound medication, I guess even brand name, leave it on the counter for like 15, 20 minutes, let it warm up to room temperature and see if that helps with the redness.
Yeah. Like Neil said, some people get it, some people don't.
Yeah. And
it goes away and then it comes back. It's kind
sometimes they get huge, like saucer plates, like they get enormous.
Like that was, yeah. I have a friend we were at work and she's like, look at this. And it was, this huge. And she's like, I don't care. It's working. So because it's antibodies to the medication itself, it doesn't change the effectiveness. It's just what happens in some people. Christina is new here, started semaglutide yesterday. Do you feel anything? I know we're like, I know I need to, can I give fireworks? See, I can do it.
You can.
Fireworks. I can't do it on TikTok, so I look like an idiot over on TikTok. But on the other screens on Instagram, and let's see if Facebook ever came up. No, I don't. Yeah, I got nothing. Advanced settings. No, I don't need advanced settings. Hold on. I think we're live on Facebook.
Oh.
I don't get it. Okay.
Big thing. First day or 2 days, day 2 on semaglutide. Stay hydrated.
Mm-hmm.
Do not forget to drink fluids.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's huge.
That was my biggest thing. Like I just wasn't eating, so I wasn't drinking. And, I'm sure I got a little dehydrated. And I know I went into ketosis because I was eating so little. Got headaches. It was miserable. But once I got hydrated, I felt great.
We had a question above about maintenance. And can we talk about maintenance and stretching the dose to 10 days, 2 weeks? So we often say maintenance is messy. Dr. Mo and I have been in maintenance for quite some time, and it is not the smooth road that either of us kind of thought it would be. So we do have some people that can drop their dose all the way to a very low dose and then stretch it out a bit. Some people just lower the dose and then they're like, oh, nope, gotta go back up. So it's very, very individualized. I do have people that can go longer than 10 days. I would say the majority of people, about 9 to 10 days is about as long as you can stretch it before you bounce back and have some increased side effects. It's possible if you're on the very lowest, like starting dose, or maybe just barely the second dose up, some people can go like every 2 weeks and not have any side effects. But higher than that, if you go longer than 9 or 10 days when you inject, you're going to have some pretty wicked side effects, because the half-life of the medication, it's pretty much gone out of your system. So it's like giving yourself a brand new injection every single time. So if you're at a higher dose, you're probably really going to feel some of those side effects.
Mary's asking, if my food noise is gone, but I still have inflammation, should I keep going up? Will I see inflammation improvement with higher doses? So in the studies, yes, the higher the dose, the bigger the decrease in inflammatory markers. So, I mean, we don't know for sure, like, is it enough of a decrease at lower doses for a lot of people? Like with their, like autoimmune disorders, rheumatoid arthritis, that kind of stuff. So it's kind of, if it was me, I would probably, if I'm still having inflammation or inflammatory flare-ups, I would probably go up and dose and see what it does.
Yeah.
As long as you're not having side effects.
Yeah. The side effect profile is real. We are live on Facebook in our Facebook public group.
Nice.
I was like, there is a step I'm missing. I can't figure it out. This is user error. Yeah, because it didn't really direct me there, but I found it. So today is our first successful live on watchdrmo.com on YouTube, Instagram, Dr. Mo Gibbons, TikTok, same. You guys see us in here. That one's direct. That one, TikTok is its own animal. We know this. So we are live. So if you happen to be catching us on Facebook, thank you very much for being a member of the private group. Send me a DM with your email if you want to get on the wait list for the new community, because I'm pretty damn excited about it. I have professional help on how to do it well now. So, look at me learning 2 years in. It's all good. It's all good. I am way behind on messages. Hold on.
Krista is asking, could you explain the extra stuff in the shots, the B12 versus carnitine?
You want the real answer, or do you want the bullshit answer?
Both. Give both.
Yeah.
So it is because things like B6 have been shown to decrease nausea, and they enhance the actual activity of the drug. The actual reason is that you can't just produce a drug that's on patent.
Yep, it was the skirt the law. At the end of the day, yeah, B12 is supposed to give energy. Carnitine is supposed to help mobilize fat, and B6 for nausea. Now, the B12, I think, it has some benefit that it is raising your levels a little bit, because we've had patients with high levels just from using compounded. The carnitine is not a high enough dose to really do anything. At the end of the day, I would choose the medication based on whichever has the cheapest price. Unless, like, some people have really high B12 levels, I would avoid B12. That would be the only reason. That's how I make my decision. Cost.
Yeah, if you go to your doctor, your B12 super high, whatever vitamins you normally take. Don't or reduce the other vitamins.
Yeah.
It's kind of it's kind of like taking Tylenol, right? Don't overdose on Tylenol, because you got to watch out everything you're taking with Tylenol in it. Because, by the way, Tylenol overdose can kill you. Oh, by the way, we didn't do this either. This is not medical advice. What'd you say?
Slowly. It is not a fast death.
No.
Oh, yeah. And it's a horribly miserable death. And just don't. Anyway, just be very careful with your Tylenol. This is not medical advice. Of course, this is not what we do here. If you think this is a HIPAA compliant space, we got to give you some little social media primer here. This is social media. We're being social. I'm on semaglutide, and it's been the cheapest for me. Yeah, semaglutide will always be cheaper than tirzepatide because it's not as good of a drug.
Well, for some people, for some people, it is good enough of a drug.
We know
it's working well for you. Yeah, if it's working well for you, there's no reason to switch or change.
No, it's a fantastic drug. It is a fantastic drug. Some people, though, just have some stuff, and it doesn't work super well, or has a lot of side effects or whatever. So, yeah, everyone's different, totally. And that's been the biggest thing in our practice, right? So we've had some people whose doctors are like, oh, start at 10 milligrams. You have a lot of weight to lose. Mm-hmm. It's like, holy shit, you're going to go to the ER. Like, just don't. I mean, we've had 400 and some pound men who are on 2.5 milligrams of tirzepatide for months because they're like, no, this is great. And teeny tiny little women who are like, I don't feel anything. And they're at 15. Switching to semaglutide for maintenance because it's cheaper. Courtney.
It has worked well for me, albeit there are some increased side effects. So it took a while to balance the side effects and the effectiveness and kind of find a dose that worked well for me. I can't space it out as long as I could my tirzepatide. It does not do quite as well for me with the food noise, but there are still cookies that can be left on my counter that, I don't finish the whole thing. Or, I mean, here lately,
Courtney, what dose are you on right now?
Between 1 and 1.5 milligrams.
Franken-dosing.
Yeah, a little bit. Mostly that's just because, even the vials are like plus minus 5, 10, 15 units, or there's a little droplet on the, stopper or whatever.
Right.
So,
and you're like, is it a bubble in there?
Glasses and lights and trying to get,
old
yes,
ass.
it's worked well. I mean, I would be open to going back to tirzepatide. I'm going to do whatever's most cost effective and can help keep me in maintenance. So it's a game right now of like, what's going to be available, what's going to be cost effective.
Yeah, I mean, if tirzepatide, well, yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Like,
well, the biggest thing with switching is that you will probably have a couple of weeks where you don't have great appetite control because you have to let, the tirzepatide is going to decrease while you're trying to increase the semaglutide in your bloodstream. And it will take a few weeks for most people to find their dose.
Yes.
A little bit of adjustment.
And I made the silly mistake of thinking, oh, I've been on a GLP-1 for, like approaching 2 years or however long it was, well over a year at that point. I can, increase my dose faster than what I would recommend. I'm fine. No, absolutely not. It was miserable. It was not, you cannot increase as quickly as you think. For most people.
The part is we know better, right?
I know, but I'm
different.
Yeah, I'm different in all aspects. I can do this diet and it'll be different this time, every time.
Every time. I'm a special snowflake.
Yes, every time.
Every damn time. It's like I'm Dory. Oh, look, a diet.
Yes. Every time.
We need to do the Dory diet. This is the one you go back to when you want to start a new one. I'm totally going to do that because I'm putting together all these diet plans into the new community. And don't worry, patients. You will have access. Just if you're out there. Anyway, so I'm putting all these diet. I'm totally going to put the Dory diet plan. And people are going to be like, what? This is the one when you want to go back and you want to figure when you're like, oh no, I need to start something new. Just go back to this one. It'll be like the Mediterranean light.
Yeah. Or just the 100 grams of protein. Just start there. Just start right there.
Big rocks.
There was one question farther back. Is it hard to get Zepbound approved by insurance?
Depends on your insurance.
Yep. The first thing to do is call them and see if they even cover it for any reason whatsoever. Some won't cover it. Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
And then if they do, you figure out what do they cover it for? Is it weight loss? Do you have to have a BMI over 30 or 27 with comorbidities?
Oh, I was going to show you the work dog, but he got it. I was all excited. It was a quiet terrier. So sorry, Neil, go ahead.
And then even then, they might not cover it, even though they should cover it. So sometimes it's an appeal after appeal, and then just magically they decide yes today.
I've said this story before, so I do repeat myself. If you're here every week, yeah, I repeat the shit out of myself. It is what it is. The problem is people need to hear what I have to say. I used to work my first job out of grad school as an athletic trainer, and I worked down the hall I worked at the Ford plant, and which is, the pride of my family because my grandfather worked at Ford forever and whatever, all the things. Anyway, so I worked at the physical therapy clinic in the Ford plant as an athletic trainer working with the PT, and down the hall was the workers' comp department. And as a very quick example, they were awesome people. I loved hanging out with them. We used to go to lunch and stuff. Friday afternoons, they were required to clean off their desk. Okay. And I'm not saying this is what happens in the pharmacy offices. I'm just saying this is my experience. Friday afternoon, if your appeal came off or if your claim came across their desk afternoon on Friday, it got denied. You'd have to reapply. because they had to have a cleaned off desk by Friday afternoon. So there are systems and processes that we have no idea. We just do our best. Like we so much for the quiet terrier. We do our best. We do with our patients now, we do include a prior authorization, but we have the onus of the responsibility on our patients to call. Like Neil said, you've got to call and say, what do you cover it for? You know, what are the clinical criteria for coverage? Does it need a PA? Do you need step therapy? What is step therapy? What is step therapy? That's when your insurance makes you take certain drugs, some of which are semaglutide and just as expensive. I just don't get it, but whatever. And a lot of them, though, you will have to be a diabetic, right? And we've had patients ask us, can you just lie for me? The answer is a hard no. We don't lie for anybody. But sometimes they will approve with other conditions, and we're more than willing to try, you know, if they're going to, if they say like, yeah, we approve for, you know, associated conditions, will you tell us what? No. All right, well, fine. We'll give it a shot.
Yeah. Sometimes they won't tell you anything. But overall, I'd say there's no like magic formula that makes it easy or hard. It is completely dependent upon your insurance company. And there's no way to even say like, well, my friend has Blue Cross Blue Shield and I have Blue Cross Blue Shield, so theirs is covered, mine should be covered. Or CVS Caremark is who covers my medication plan, and my friend has CVS Caremark, and it's not apples to apples at all. Each person, each group that provides that, usually your employer, selects their own individual plan. So for instance, my coverage plan that is CVS Caremark is very, very different. And the hoops that I would have to jump through to get mine covered by insurance, I can't jump through enough hoops. I would not get mine covered based on the current coverage recommendations by the people that selected my insurance plan.
Yep.
But we have had patients that it's like a husband-wife duo. They both meet criteria, and one gets approved and one gets denied.
Yeah.
Yep.
It makes no sense.
Yep.
Unless one came across on a Friday afternoon.
That's probably it.
Yeah.
Didn't like his first name.
Yeah. Oh, this is my ex's first name. We're denied. You know, I mean, who the hell knows? Remember, there are humans behind these.
Maybe.
Yeah, that's it. Maybe.
Well, the thing is, if there wasn't a human behind it, it would be consistent.
Yeah, true.
You know, like if you had the same things, you would get approved.
Yeah.
It's the human factor that messes things up.
And then for a while, we saw, at least on some plans, that every single one we sent through, even if it met all of the criteria, they were denied on the first pass, and you had to do an appeal. And our thinking is that is because a lot of primary care offices will not do an appeal. It's very time consuming. So they were, at least our thought was, they were hoping that, okay, no one will do these appeals, or less people will do these appeals, and it's less that we have to cover.
Which makes me really sad. But it's the truth. It is what it is.
Yeah.
You know, because I mean, a primary care doctor's office cannot do what we do. You know, I had somebody ask me yesterday, one of my coaching clients, because she's with a different provider to get her meds, because we don't practice in her state at AMS. So she's with me with coaching, but not with, to get the prescription. She goes, so I pay her $89 a month to essentially keep a record, or not even keep a record, just to write me a prescription. And I said, you do. And you're going to pay her that to, give you a record of, what she did, so you can submit it to your own insurance. And then I said, but all the questions you're asking me is what you would normally be asking her. And you get much shorter answers, is the bottom line. And probably not answers from her. You get answers from her staff, which is fine. You know, with AMS, you guys know this. We have staff that we've told, here are the answers. This is how you answer. Because some of the shit is like over and over again. Like, it's billing questions, it's insurance questions. What do I call when I call insurance? What do I ask them? Here's the list of questions. You don't need the mayor telling you what time HEB opens, So, but that's why we did. But it was really interesting. I wondered if they check your social media and see if you're a BMI 23 person who's fibbing. That's a good question, because, well, first of all, if you're BMI 23, but you were a BMI of 30. That's another discussion, right? But we actually, as a medical practice, we look at your driver's license, which Lord only knows. We know that doesn't match, but so we compare your driver's license to your video visit and a recent selfie. So we do all of those to make sure you're not totally bullshitting us, as well as we can, right? We don't lie to you as your providers. You're not your providers here. We get it. But if you're our patients, and then we have to have faith that you don't lie to us. As far as the insurance companies, I don't think I think they have web crawlers to look for certain things with medical practices, but I don't think that, I don't think they're bothering. I just don't think they're bothering.
Having said that, we compare pictures. I had some video visits yesterday, and one of them was just amazing. Like the face changes.
Mm-hmm.
She was so happy. Like it was so great. It made my day.
I know. I mean, look at the difference, right? And it's funny because I see pictures. I don't know if any of you guys out there use Time Hop. So, especially every year on my kid's birthday, I look back to the years before, and I just remember like ordering cakes and cupcakes and stuff for my kid. Like, how many of those photos did I see when I know damn well I was ordering that for the leftovers, because you're not going to keep the ice cream cake, man. You're going to have to eat it right then. It makes me very sad. But when I look at the contrast to what I see now, it is just such a gift.
So speaking of the one person who messaged or talked about the BMI at 23, I was on Reddit the other day and someone had posted their starting weight and their finishing weight, and like the long story, how they were always bloated and whatever. Her starting BMI was 24. And I'm like literally like reading this, and she's getting kind of filleted in the comments. And I'm like, Eli Lilly's like looking for this kind of stuff. Like they're basically saying people are abusing it, and there shouldn't be compounding. There should be criteria. Like you can't fill it without actual BMI of 27 with comorbidities or greater than 30. I'm like, so if you're one of those posting out there, it's probably not a great idea, because you're going to lose access to it if you do.
Jeez.
Yeah, don't post your stats in a place that's not safe.
Yeah, and it's completely okay if you started at 30 and then you're at 24 and then you get to 21. I think it's a very different story than starting your journey at 24 with compounded, especially with what Eli Lilly's trying to do.
I was going to say, I don't post it anywhere, but like with our practice.
Yeah.
Like if I had come to you guys, right? Because Courtney and Neil, depending on the day, will prescribe shit for me, depending on who I'm texting that day. It's a community plan. I need lots of people to keep me on track. It is what it is. Okay. Listen. But if I were to come to you guys and say, guys, my BMI is 20, and they know my history, they know my long sordid history with food. If I were to come to you guys and say, my BMI is 24, I have to start this because I can't stop eating, what would you have said?
It'd be a conversation. Like, where did you start from before that? Like, was your BMI 29.9? And then you got down to 24 on your own and you struggle there. Like it's 24 this month and next month it's going to be 26 because you really overeat and binge. And like, I just need my brain to shut up so I can maintain my weight. Like, I don't want to lose more weight. I want to stay right here. Or maybe I want to drop another 5 or 10 pounds, and I want my BMI to stay in that normal 19 to 25 range. I'm absolutely okay with that. Kind of what I was talking about is like literally she started at 24, was never really overweight. I'm like, not even in the overweight category.
Yeah. Like, did she talk about food noise or anything?
No.
Okay.
Bloated. She felt fat and bloated. I'm like,
oh, for fuck's sake.
There's so many people. And the thing is, there's so many people on that subreddit that started at 400 pounds, BMIs of 50 plus. And it's like, I don't think this is the right forum for you.
You're not going to endear yourself to people.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I had a 40-year struggle.
Yeah.
Super happy. I'm happy for anybody who gets to be where they want. It'd be the same thing as having cosmetic surgery, and I'm fine with that. It's just that with the climate right now around these medications, terrible idea.
Common sense. Just use some common sense, right?
Terrible idea, guys.
My BMI was 29. I see you, lovely one on YouTube. Give me a sec. Too busy talking. No, but my BMI was 29 something, and I've had high cholesterol for as long as I've been getting it tested. So yes, I met the criteria, but for me, it was more important that I met the criteria that I was like killing myself with food and couldn't stop.
Yeah.
My disordered eating patterns. And it wasn't even like I didn't Okay, okay. I'm not a special snowflake. Okay. I probably did meet the DSM-5 criteria, but I was never formally diagnosed with binge eating disorder, because they tell you can't put somebody on a GLP-1 with eating disorders. And I can't even get rid of the what the fuck lines for that. That's not happening. Again, like Neil says, it has to be a conversation.
Yeah.
I'm shaking the table because it makes me so mad.
Well,
Okay.
it's the same thing like when people go to med spa. They're like, I just want it. Okay, here's your shot. Pay us $100 and whatever per shot.
Yeah, it needs to be a conversation. I mean, if your BMI is, so our practice does not have, there are some things that we have like strict guidelines across the board that no, as a practice, we are not going to do this, but BMI, it's a discussion. If you're one of those people, you're like, yeah, I've always maintained a healthy weight, but if I eat 3 M&Ms, I make sure that I do X number of steps to burn off those 3 M&Ms. Like if you're that regimented to stay where you are or that paranoid about weight, the brain freedom and space that this can free up and truly be life-saving for your mental health, it's worth a discussion.
Ooh, I like this one. I can't pin anything. I don't know why. Today I can't pin. Maybe it's because I have a guest.
Maybe.
But Lau said, shoot, let's do lovely one first. I'm going to leave that there. My diastolic spikes as the evening approaches, although I'm only 7 or 8 pounds away from my goal weight. Earlier in the day, it's 70 to 78. Systolic is always good. Will I need blood pressure meds? That's an echocardiogram question, because I think, in my opinion, you guys can give me your, I said something the other day in my opinion, and my husband's like, it is a very educated opinion.
True.
I'm like, thank you for that. Thanks for the kudos. There's a lot of shit floating around in this head. Some of it's good. Some of it, is my old phone number from when I'm a kid. So whatever. I'll take it where I can get it. But you need actually an echocardiogram, which is an ultrasound of your heart, to look at how it's functioning, I think. I would do cardio workup, because 90 to 95, your diastolic means your heart is not relaxing. The question is why. I think that's a lot deeper question than just a, will I need meds? Or in the meantime, while you're getting that appointment, if it's like at bedtime, as evening approaches, 4:00 in the afternoon, you take 10 minutes out, you meditate, you see what that does. I mean, I would do something, because it's definitely connected. It's been shown to decrease your diastolic blood pressure. Try that. See what happens in the afternoons. Or are you eating more sodium in the afternoons and you do have salt sensitive blood pressure? Because 33% of the population does. I am not one of those people. Now, again, it's salt sensitive is relative, right? I'll never forget this one patient who would come in over and over again for congestive heart failure exacerbations in the ER. Legs are swollen, red, horrible, And I said, you always come in at the same time of day, because I was work nights, right? And I said, what do you eat for dinner? Is it usually a ham sandwich? Okay.
Is this pink donut?
It was not pink donut.
Not pink donut.
I know, right? God love him.
Yeah.
I know. No, it was not him. It was an older white dude. But it was so frustrating, because I was like, did anyone not tell you to not eat fucking processed meat? Let's start there.
Well, is this also like you check it before work and then you go to work and have a stressful day with your horrible boss, and then you check it after work? Could be stress related as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Right. So, wait, let me give you the meme. Hold on. It didn't used to be a meme. This was back before things were memes, right? But before you diagnose yourself with depression, make sure you're not surrounded by assholes. So there's that.
True.
Okay. Family says I'm getting too thin. I did read a post on this morning on Facebook, and I commented. I got sucked into this Facebook group again. It's not sucked in. I love helping people, so I pop in and give my 2 cents. So family says I'm getting too thin, but my BMI is 24. How to know when to stop losing weight? Ooh, I almost said something really nasty out loud. And we're on Facebook, so I will not do that.
Oh, yeah.
Before you diagnose yourself with depression, be sure you're not surrounded by assholes. No, I don't know. You guys take this, because I'm about to get real heated.
I don't. So I think most of us started with a goal weight in mind, and that may have been a goal or a weight that we were many, many years ago before many, many life changes. And that goal often changes some. Sometimes it ends up higher. Sometimes you're like, you know what? I'm good right here. I like the way I look. I like the way I feel. This is something I can maintain. More often than not, it's lower than what you thought. I think for most of our patients, it is, where do you look and feel your best? And if that's a BMI of 24, and for some people, it's a BMI of 28, if they're very muscular. Some people like to have, to be a certain size clothes. So where do you feel your best? Where can you get dressed in the mirror, look at yourself, feel the best that you are, feel that you are your best self, and wear your clothes confidently outside of the house? That's your goal. And quit effing worrying about what the family says.
Your mother telling you you're too skinny.
Yeah, I agree with that completely. Like for me, like it also depends on where you start. If your BMI is 40, I think a great goal would be 30. Get out of the beast category. As your initial goal. If you're a little lower, a normal weight, like get out of the overweight category. Get down to a BMI of 25 or below. Otherwise, yeah, a BMI of somewhere between 19 and 25. I think most people feel really good around 2021. Or once they get there, they're like, I don't want to lose any more weight. Most people don't want to get down to 19. But like Courtney's saying, it's kind of where you feel comfortable at. And a lot of people, and some people have a goal that I want to get to a BMI of 20, let's say 22. They get to 24, 25. They're like, I'm super happy here. I don't want to lose any more weight. I'll be too skinny. And that's okay too.
It's really funny. I think I look better, a little heavier, but I feel better where I am. And I'm in a healthy BMI range.
Yeah.
But I feel like my face looks better, a couple pounds heavier, but my body feels better, a couple pounds lighter. And it's a couple pounds, right? And it's probably because of the stupid shit I eat when I gain weight, right? It's not because I'm nailing my macros, gaining muscle, people, right? And I think the other thing is that to add a little bit on, the BMI ranges. So my BMI, because like these guys know, I've dieted for fucking ever. My BMI range is 111 pounds to 146 pounds. That's a hell of a range for a healthy BMI. At 146, I am a straight up busted can of biscuits. I mean, no doubt about it. Because this is not big boned. There's nothing about this that's big boned. I'm not genetically blessed with a muscle mass. Well, this is twofold, right? Because I spent my whole life dieting and binging. So I have shit muscle mass. That's going to take a long time to rebuild as a 50-year-old female. So, anyway, there's a lot of factors, and I feel like we always say, my kid yells at me. So I have an 11-year-old, and he always says, can you not just say it depends? I'm like, no, because it depends.
But
Mary's comment, I have to address this comment because I can't pin it. I don't lie to doctors, but I sure lie to the DMV. I'm like, hell yeah, didn't we all?
And BMI looks different on different people. For instance, my oldest child struggles with her weight. She is a healthy BMI. She feels like she is not. She is a very muscular build. She works out a lot. She balances her protein. She's doing really, really well. She did lose a lot of weight. But I had to talk her off the ledge the other day. She's at college and she's, how do I lose more weight? I'm like, okay, honey, what's your height? What's your weight? I calculate her BMI. She's 2 inches taller than me. I said, okay, when you look at me, do you see fat? Is that what you see? She was like, no, of course not, Mom. I'm like, we wear the same size pants and we have nearly an identical BMI. It just looks different on her build than it does on my build. And I've had some fat reappropriated places and that changes things as well. But so I don't think you can just go strictly by BMI or strictly by a number on the scale. It's got to be more about how do you feel and how do you look in your clothes and in your own skin.
Well, and if you have body dysmorphic disorder or tendencies, maybe you don't qualify for the diagnosis.
Right. But
because people ask me, do you still look at yourself as fat? I'm like, fuck no. I look in the mirror and I'm like, damn, I'm excited. Like you said, I have full length mirrors in my gym right upstairs that we put in on the wall. We literally plastered them all. Trust me, when you're 50 pounds heavy, that is not a good thing. But when I walk up to lift in the morning, number one, I'm proud of myself for lifting in the morning. So already that's my little dopamine hit. I'm like, oh, I'm lifting before school drop off. I get all excited, It's a 20-minute lift. Whatever. It is what it is. But I get up there. I do it. I'm excited. I bring my coffee. I listen to my motivational stuff in the morning. And I like look in the mirror and I think, damn, holy shit, I did it. I'm keeping it off. Like finally, like every morning that I go up there, why do I not do it on weekends? Because I should do that too. Start my weekends and probably decrease the binging cycle. I don't binge, but you know what I'm saying? Like the shit eating cycle. I bet if I did that in the morning, say this to a mindset coach, fucking brilliant, right? If I did that in the morning and just did a little 20-minute lift or mobility and saw myself in the mirror, I bet it would change my whole day. Anyway, but my whole point of this was, if you are anorexic, you cannot see yourself as how you actually look, right? That's where the eating disorder difficulty comes from, where they say don't start someone on a GLP-1 that's anorexic or that has an eating disorder. It's a spectrum. We don't treat eating disorders in our practice, but we do treat disordered eating patterns, because you didn't get to be 350 pounds without a disordered eating pattern. I'm sorry, you just didn't.
Nor did you get there by eating healthy. We have a lot. It's really sad.
Call them out, Courtney. Call them out.
I'm not trying to be ugly about it, but when there are people that it is very common that there are some very morbidly obese people that will say, I don't overeat and I eat relatively healthily. No, you don't. Don't lie to yourself. We didn't get here by eating a well-balanced, healthy diet, myself included.
Right. Well, Dan Martell even, he did a couple Ironmans, if I'm not mistaken, or at least a half and a full or whatever, when he was 50 pounds heavier or something. And he did not use a GLP-1. He's a habit person, much like the dude who lives in my house, and lost the weight. But he said he was lying. He has this video on visible abs in 90 days because that was his goal. And if he didn't, he had a couple things he was going to do if he didn't meet his goal. And that was one of the things was he had to enter a bodybuilding competition, bikini and all, on stage at whatever weight he was at if he didn't meet it. So it was almost like a threat to himself. So anyway, this video is pretty funny on YouTube, but it tells how he did it. But he talks about how he was doing Ironmans. He was lying to himself because, oh, I'm active. Oh, this is fine. Well, now he looks like he does Ironmans, and he will do another. Apparently, I think he's going to do Mont Tremblant. But again, like Courtney said, I was lying to myself for a long time to make myself feel better because I couldn't achieve my goals. I didn't have the support. I didn't have the support. Bottom line.
Yeah. We had a question. If you join with us, can you stop at any time? Yes, with a caveat. If you are on medications for a certain length of time, we expect that you will stay current with our services for that length of time. So you can't come in and order. Well, we don't allow, because of FDA regulations, an overabundance of medications. But if you're ordering a medication that's going to last for 6 weeks, we expect that you're also going to stay with our program and continue with our education and continue with your monthly fee throughout the duration of your medications. But when you're done using the medications and you're like, I'm good, I don't need any more help, by all means, you can text us, reach out, and we will stop that monthly fee.
Yep.
Which leads into LAU's question. Do we still have to pay the full $89 monthly fee even if we don't need the prescription? Yes, that fee is not for us to write a prescription. That is a very small part of what we do. The prescription writing takes minutes. The education and digging in deep with you and meeting urgent care needs should you need them, side effect management, dose management, getting you to your kind of magic dose. Those are all the things that take a bit more time.
Yep. On YouTube, Lovely One said, people ask me if it's weird to see myself so slender when I catch myself in the mirror. I say, hell no. I see who I always thought I should have been in the first place. It's like a reunion.
Yep.
I love that. Like, hey, there you are. Where the hell you been all my life? Because this rocks. Oh, hi, Sarah. Sarah said, just rejoin with you guys.
Welcome back.
Good timing. Really good timing to rejoin. Our fees are going. Oh, shit. Did you rejoin in time? I don't know. Anyway, our fees are going up for everybody to $119. So, oh, shit. I forgot to send that email with the payment processor. All right. But they're going up. It'll be at the early. I'm like, yeah, this is like my. Oh. If I emptied my inbox every day, like I'm supposed to, it would have gotten done. But by Jane, so our fees are now $119 to join with us. And if you join by the end of the year, I'm going to say this live and shoot, it'll be recorded. Nobody goes back and listens to these. Do they really? Probably not.
Maybe.
I don't know. I probably not. Let's be serious. But the way we're going to do things is that, and this may morph into this later, even more so, but any AMS patient will get access to my coaching community at no charge if you sign up before the end of the year. So it'll be $99 a month after that, but so it's still super reasonable. Like if you're not in our states, you can't be. So it'll be like $119 for medical care and the community, which is an amazing value, in my opinion. I talked to the new business consultant yesterday who's kind of trying to run this for me and do it well. And he goes, "You give people all that for $119?" And I'm like, yeah. It's like, what the hell? I'm like, he's like, you could be $200. I'm like, I get it, but I need it at a price point that the people that need help can get help. So I just keep adding value, and that's where we sit. So anyway, that's my 2 cents. I told him, I was like, I can't raise it. We just raised it. It's as high as we're going, at the very least, until those that pay $89 stay at $89. So if you're not in our school group, first of all, you got to get in the school group because that's where all the announcements are. What's the school group, you ask? Go to amsprivategroup.com, click be a member, and our staff will approve you and get you in, period. In January, everyone's going to 119. You get a second video visit. You get a prior authorization now included because you know the things that are happening. So the prior authorization's included. You also get now what we call, we were calling an EOB, but it's really not an EOB because we don't call your insurance. It's an explanation of services statement so that you can submit to your insurance. So anyway, we're doing a lot more shit, and then you'll get the coaching community access as well if you sign up before the end of the year for the coaching access. You just have to get into the group before the end of the year, and that's locked in at free forever once you sign up, by the way. So yes, everyone goes to 119. I think it's January 1 at the earliest, because it has to be when we get our new, you're going to be communicating with us instead of by text on an app. That was really long. Sorry. Indiana. Beth, you keep asking. No, not yet.
Up above.
It takes 6 to 8 weeks to get a medical license and a lot of money.
Malia Hair Studio. She's 5'7", 140, and people keep saying she's too skinny, and she's not. She used to be 230. So congrats on 90 pounds. That's amazing. And your BMI puts you right around 22. That's perfectly normal. If you're happy there, then you're happy there.
And when I was 50 pounds heavier, people kept saying, you don't need to lose weight. Okay, Neil was apparently not saying that if you look at his
face. No, it was one of those that you wanted to. So you needed to because you wanted to. Like you didn't feel comfortable in your own skin.
I felt horrible.
Yeah, and you wanted to be lower. So yeah, you need to get to where you felt comfortable.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the thing for some people that were really heavy. And then if someone hasn't seen you in a long time, or even if you weren't really heavy, if someone hasn't seen you in a long time and you lose 20 pounds, what's wrong? What are you doing? There's all of those questions.
That's another soapbox. I'll stay off of that one.
Yep.
Patricia Wheeler's asking, does Ozempic break down bone mass?
Sort of. But not any weight loss, you're going to lose bone mass because your body is no longer supporting that heavy of a structure. So we'll fluff. Same with lean, lean body mass is the metabolically active parts of your body. Well, I shouldn't say that. That's kind of, fat does not use a lot of energy, but it does use some. That's not entirely true, but that's why instead of weight loss, I really prefer to talk about excess fat loss. My husband says, muscle up, kid. Yeah, I hear you. I hear you. I got my teeny little butt funny muscle.
It'll make it way easier to keep that weight off.
I know.
Yeah.
I know. And I don't think, we talk about this a lot, that protein forward diet will help you mitigate your lean mass loss, but the bone loss, you're not going to change because that's your body literally supporting a heavier structure. Oh, we got comments filtered. Come on.
If you're worried about bone mass, lift weights.
Right.
That will help keep that bone mass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's how, like, so if you have someone who's osteoporotic, we tell them to lift weights, not 1 pound pink weights, heavy weights, heavy-ish weights, heavy for you weights.
It's heavy for you. That's what that means. Like heavy for someone, like, you know, a 100-pound bench press might crush somebody, when other people, that's not even their warm up. So it's heavy for you.
Well, and if you're losing weight, right? So say you're 50 pounds heavy, use a body weight. Use that shit. Make it work to your advantage. Start. This is what I wish I would have done. You know, start at the beginning. Sorry, flew in here and I'm like, what the hell was that? So 5'5", 154 pounds was 255. I feel like I need to lose 9. I'm 5'4" and I weigh 118. So, you know, again, I don't know what your bone structure looks like.
Yeah.
What your muscle structure looks like. I am not naturally muscular. When you look at my mom. Now, I say that. She also doesn't lift. She's never lifted. So is it nature or nurture? Right? Is it the fact that I've dieted and binged for 40 years that screwed up my muscle mass? Probably the latter. I probably, if I had had healthy eating habits from day one, would it have been different? I bet it would have been, but it wasn't. And here I am. Like, I've got to deal with life in the real world. So, yeah, I weigh 35 pounds less than you do at 1 inch shorter. Does that mean I'm right? Does that mean you're right? No, it means whatever's good for your health, the way you feel in your clothes, and within reason what you see in the mirror. Because I think, you know, we do have to watch out for the body dysmorphia.
100%.
All right, what do we got? Did I miss any?
Nope, I think we're caught up on questions.
Nice.
Let's see.
What do we got? Nothing? No more questions? Nobody even asked us how to poop. Miralax some Colace in the beginning. Make sure you get your greens in.
And hydrate. Stay hydrated, because Miralax does not work without fluids.
Yeah. Make sure. Yeah, it's got to pull something from somewhere.
Yeah, my Groon's gummies for the win.
Yes, everyone loves those. My kid eats them.
They work well.
Couple times a week he eats them. Trying to get my husband to eat them too, just because it's nutrients that we don't have the best diets in our house. So I'm trying to increase the nutrients where we can. Working on it. It's a slow process, you know.
Yeah.
But again, slow is fast, fast is slow. How many times did we take everything out of the pantry? Neil, Camilla's on TikTok.
Camilla?
Yes.
Koala? Australia?
Yes, Koala's on TikTok.
G'day, mate.
Brother. Anyway, hi Camilla. This is what we do on Tuesday mornings.
Crikey. Okay, that's all I got.
Come on, Neil. Keep it up. Keep it up.
Come on.
That's not a knife.
There you go. I think you got more. You got more in you. Speaking of reunions, shoot, I don't even know what I was talking about. Oh yeah, shitty diets. Except I don't know what I was talking about shitty diets. Oh, so how many times did we say, no, I'm going to go on Whole30? And I know. And Courtney's, yeah. You know, we take everything out of, now I do admit taking things out of your pantry or moving them in the pantry so they're not staring you in the face. That's just smart. Removing every possible carb from your pantry. Number 1 is impossible. Number 2, I mean, it is, but you just have shelves. You know, you got to do things a smart way to increase your habit change. But, you know, fast is slow. How many times did we say, no, I'm going to cut everything out. I'm going to have the perfect diet. And, you know, it's just not what happens. So slow is fast. You know, it's taken me 2 years, very slowly moving toward improved diet quality. So, oh my God, Camille said she had her first ER night shift last night. I'd ask how it went, but we know you rocked it. Anybody die that wasn't supposed to?
You just left us like yesterday.
It does feel like that, right?
Yeah.
I know. Because they're allowed to die as long as they're supposed to. Just don't let them die alone. That's my one caveat. So for those of you who don't know, we are emergency medicine trained, all with So we now do lifestyle medicine. We are emergency medicine trained as a group. We all have fitness backgrounds or nutrition interests. So this is what we do. This is where we all literally slid down this freaking water slide, because that's really what it was. Thank you, Linda. If you want to go see us as a patient, go to amstelehealth.com. If you want to get on the waiting list for the new community, go to drmocoaching.com. Mo has an E. Somebody bought Dr. Mo Coaching without an E. I didn't realize that till the other day, because normally, I think it's 14 states, Linda. I don't know, but it's at amstelehealth.com. I could probably just count. Let's see. Alabama, Arizona, Florida. Wait. We said Indiana. Hold on.
Do we have who has Indiana?
Do we have Indiana or Illinois? Because no, we got to tell Beth.
I know.
I think it's Indiana.
Is it Indiana? Courtney, you have Indiana, don't you?
I know. I think I have Indiana, but I
on, Courtney.
Yes, Beth, we do have Indiana.
You're listed as.
Yep, I have Indiana.
Oh my God.
So Beth, we're sorry, but yeah, come see us.
Yes, Beth. Oh my God. Seriously, what the frig is wrong with us? Seriously. And Beth, if you get in before the end of the year, you get the coaching for free forever. Oh my God, that's hilarious. Thank you, Beth, for still being here and laughing your ass off. Because
sorry, Beth, we get our states confused.
We do. Just go to the link. Go to the link.
Well, sometimes it's hard because like New York took 7 months or something, 6 months. It was ridiculous.
I know. I'm still trying to get Pennsylvania, right? So I finally did the fingerprints. That got through. Talk about freaking out in the mail. I got a letter from the FBI in the mail. And I was like, oh, fuck, what now? And it was like, your fingerprints came in. I'm like, oh, thanks.
Okay.
Because Pennsylvania makes you go through the FBI to get a background check. Oh, I'll go. I know, Linda. This is what happens. The FBI or Pennsylvania makes you get a background check. So now I get a thing. Oh, wait, you have to do these 2 specific courses for Pennsylvania. I'm like, okay. Another hoop. And I was a little busy doing other things. So, okay. Alabama, Arizona, Florida, Indiana, Louisiana, Michigan, all the Miamis, Missouri. Is that Missouri? Mississippi?
Oh, I think Mississippi.
It's Mississippi, not Missouri. Missouri's out. So Mississippi, not Missouri. New York, Ohio, Pennsylvania, Tennessee, Texas, Virginia, and Wisconsin. But not Illinois and not Missouri.
But Indiana.
You got Wisconsin, right?
Wisconsin. Yep.
Wisconsin. Oh, that's hilarious. Oh, my God. So here's the deal. My nurse practitioners provide the medical care. I provide strategy and systems. The admin things, we got a bunch of people in between that do that really, really well. It's not us, thank God.
No, thank goodness. We did that for a long time.
We did. That's the way we started. And I was really bad at it. Really, really bad at it. I was, obviously, since I can't get my Pennsylvania license together. Laura's got Pennsylvania, so she does it for now. But as soon as we have 2 Pennsylvania doctors, then we can get a nurse practitioner on board too. But we can't do that until they have 2 supervising physicians. So whatever. Beth, do we prescribe GLP-1? Hell yeah. All day, every day.
Cool.
If you're appropriate, right? But yeah.
Yes.
Oh my God, you guys don't understand. Beth has been on every live I've done, every impromptu live I've done. And I have completely screwed her over because I just did. I don't know. I had a big brain fart and that's where it went. I can't believe myself. Like, I just can't. So I think, which helps me because I think what we're actually going to start doing is bringing all of the leads. That way we can kind of keep track of everybody. It's okay. Thank you. Thank you for forgiving me because I feel really bad. But yes, we prescribe GLP-1s. And so the way our practice works, our practice is Active Medical Solutions, AMS Telehealth, click Be a Patient. There you go. It doesn't cost you anything to start. But the way we treat people is we talk to you first, see what you want to do. If it's a good fit, then we say, okay, now you pay us. So when you do that, if you're like, okay, like I have like, so say, I don't know, say you did your first injection of tirzepatide and you're like, it's tirzepatide Tuesday. And I actually feel pretty good today. I don't feel particularly green, but I also ate very well yesterday. Funny that. I know I'm a special snowflake. It is what it is. You could text the care team every day and say, oh my God, I feel like shit today. What do I do? What did I eat? And we'll come back at you and say, listen, take a look at, keep track of what you eat. What did you eat? Are you hydrating? Are you, you'll either get a response from staff because we tell them what to say in certain situations that are pretty simple, like real straightforward, or they escalate it to a provider where you'll see Courtney or Neil or Amanda or Brandon. Yeah, I'm like, it's Indiana. Yeah. So anyway, you'll see one of the providers on the text lines, and they'll answer your questions. So if you literally wanted to pop in every day and say hi, you can. And if you have urgent care, right? Oh my God, my kid has strep. I have a sore throat. I use the same example all the time because it's just easy. My kid has strep. I have a sore throat. I think I have strep. Is there any way you can start me on something? And we give you, ER precautions and all that goodness. And then we send you meds. That's all included. So that's why the guy yesterday, because he's totally business. He's not medical. And he's like, you do all that shit for $119? I'm like, yeah. And then we have our private school group. And, if you join today, by the way, thank you very much for the heart. If you join today, you get to go to happy hour tomorrow. Mm-hmm. And in happy hour, it's an actual Zoom room. So that's an active patient. Oh, Linda's got sick people again. It's an active patient Zoom room. So you can pop up, ask questions, show your face. I would love if everyone on that Zoom room had their cameras off. We should probably encourage that. Because I just, that's what I want people to do. That's why that's like a super safe space.
Well, I think like you're talking about the urgent care stuff, like that is a huge benefit to have, and then sometimes it's not even just that, like it's should I go to the ER? Because a lot of times, like, you don't know. And then people like come to see us in the ER and it's like, you probably could have gone to urgent care or waited to your doctor on Monday, but you don't
call your doctor's office. Yeah. Now, again, if it's something that you're having chest pain, never freaking send us a text. Period. End of story. Like, just don't. Get your ass to the ER or call 911. That's a public service announcement.
Yeah, or if you're having one-sided body weakness and your facial droop, call an ambulance.
Right? Call your ambulance with the side that works, okay?
Yep.
And the same caveat, if you're, one day in of some viral upper respiratory symptoms, we're going to advise you on some over-the-counter medications and not jump straight to a prescription.
Yes, we mean we'll talk to you about that. You're like, yes. So if you like, is there something, do I need to go to the doctor for this? Or can I like see what happens? That's like a perfect example of what do I watch out for that would make me need to go to the ER? Mm-hmm. That's like the best question ever because number one, we can decompress the ERs. Number two, we can keep you safe. And we know, like, we spent years sitting. Oh, hi, Pamela. And the same people show up on the lives. Thanks for the likes, by the way. Like and share the live. It's a little late. I swear to God, I'm just not good at this. Like, we've been doing this for a year and a half.
Long time.
I think I could remember to say, please like and subscribe. Whatever. Good to see the chaos is still chaosing. Oh, hell yeah. Oh, hell yeah. We are. Without a doubt. Oh, yeah. And we're here, Camilla, almost every Tuesday. Next Tuesday, I won't be here because I'm out of town, but we're doing it on Friday. So next week moves, but mostly it's Tuesday at 10. If you're going to ask me when it is, so let me do this before we go because I don't remember and I can't see because my phone is in front of the thing. Next Tuesday, there's no live. Next Friday at 10, we'll be here. So, because I'm taking a little trip, or my annual couples retreat that I'm doing, that I'm not doing in November again. That was a stupid idea, but whatever, live and learn. How do you know things till you screw them up? That's the story of my life right there. What can I screw up today? All right, let's see. Thank you, Neil, for liking the live.
Absolutely.
If I push the thing, it doesn't give me likes, it gives me options.
Same.
And it makes me it makes things super weird that I touch things. But sometimes when I touch the live, all it'll do is do like a brightness focus. And I'm like, okay, that's not what I wanted either. Like, I don't know how to, yeah. Social media savant is not me. We just get on here and answer questions. So, okay. Looks like the questions have calmed down. So if you want to be a patient, go to amstelehealth.com. If you want to get on the waiting list for the new community, maybe for the new community, we'll do like a $49 till the end of the year. That'd be kind of fun. Oh, we'll see. But if you want to get on that waiting list, you'll find out because we'll email when I decide or when my business coach tells me what to do, right? Because that's really what's happening. I realize I don't know how to do shit. And so that's what I'm doing. We're getting there. We're getting there. We'll get straightened out. All right. On that note, we will see you next Friday. Public Live, 10 a.m., same channels. Now I know how to do them. So Facebook will be up right away. I know, right? Sure it will be. Actually, eventually Jill will be doing the back end part because I'm tired of doing shit. I'm really bad at it. So she'll be doing the back end part, getting set up. She'll send us the link and we pop in. And that'll be the goal. Because I'm tired of doing shit I suck at. It's really hard for me. So, all right. On that note, to the team, I will see you tomorrow. To patients, I'll see you tomorrow. And to everybody else, hold on. We're going to end on TikTok first.